Hello everyone. We're going to see some examples of creating counterpoint melody behind the soloist with the help of using different string groups and chord inversions. Before we jump right in, I want to talk about the role of the guitar in a jazz combo. Well, if you have a piano player, it's possible that they're going to take most of the comping, unless you know how to comp together, or you take turns. Just listen to Bill Evans and Jim Hall duo and see how he leaves out his left hand while Jim Hall is comping. That's the idea. When the soloist is playing, it's nice to be able to create some movements, like counterpointal movements behind him. So that will support him more and it'll be less boring instead of just playing same inversion over and over and same chords. And if you create counterpointal rhythm, it'll push him more. But you have to be careful about that. If you overplay, then you'll disturb the soloist and your comping will get in the way. And comping should not get in the way. It should support the soloist. That's very important. When you learn different immersions, like the ones I'm going to show you in this video, and you know a lot of chord immersions, you may want to show off and play most of them. That's where you need to be careful, okay? And less is more, especially when it's comping. All right. What do I mean? I mean, guitar has different string groups. Top 4 strings, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then for drop 2 tunings, 1, 2, 3, 5, or 2, 3, 4, 6. It's possible to work out a whole system that's working in all of the range of the guitar. But even though I try to be comprehensive, I try to keep it to the examples where it's most used and practical examples where you can just grab it and start using it right away. All right, so for that, let's see an example. I tried to create some melody with D minor 7 examples using 1, 2, 3, 4 string group, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a drop 2. Okay, and let's see how it goes. Alright, you've seen the example of creating and melodicizing a D minor 7 chord, alright? Now that you know that, let's try to do the same thing with G7 chord. Here's the example. Okay, as you can see, I use some of the tension notes, like upper extensions, 13s, 9s, 11s, just so that I can create a passing melody, and then you can use those upper extensions that way. We've seen examples of creating movement with D minor and G7 chords. What if you combine them and try to create moving while following the chord changes? And our progression, let's say, has 1 bar for D minor 7 and 1 bar of G7, okay? So I'll try to create some examples, creating a counterpoint melody where our chord progression consists of D minor 7 1 bar and G7 1 bar. Okay, let's see how it goes. Great. Like you can see, it's possible to do that as well. So you can take this idea and practice comping for a jazz standard and follow the changes. You can find the inversions for that chord change, and then you can create some counterpoint melodies and examples, and try to practice it on different registers of guitar so you're familiar with it. Once you do that, you'll be more free to be able to create interesting comping background. Okay, you just have to be careful not to overplay. That's all. All right, we have seen examples of melodicizing D minor 7, G7, and the chord progression, and you can also use substitutions, and possibilities go through the roof if you start showing examples of substitutions. For that, I'm just gonna show you diatonic substitutions examples for playing upper extensions. Okay, all right, here you go. Great. So now that you've seen all these examples, if you practice these and learn the standards in the same fashion, you can create the same counterpoint for the soloist or singer or trumpet player, you know, whoever is soloing, and you can make it interesting. Okay, so that's about it for this week. Have a great week.